Chi-Chi, look, Coco Goat.
Ooh, Coco Goat. Pretty.
Transitory. Transitory.
Ganyu is kind and thoughtful. It's just a shame she's so busy all the time. Most of the time, she's buried in an endless pile of paperwork, the only exception being her nap at noon. Don't get me wrong, I have to put in some hours at work too, but I'm happy with the job I've chosen, and it's certainly a lot less taxing than hers.
Ganyu? Oh yeah, I remember her. Vegetarian, right? She doesn't come to the Wanmin restaurant very often, but when she does, she sits alone in the corner and eats her meal in total silence. Poor girl, she seems kind of lonely. I always give her an extra large portion because I feel sorry for her. Funniest thing is, she eats every last bite. Every time! I wouldn't have guessed she'd have such an appetite just by looking at her.
Xiangling is a celebrity. but I try to avoid her restaurant. Just because. No reason. Okay, fine. It's not a big secret anyway. It's because you can smell her cooking all the way from the other end of the street. And once you get a whiff, I mean, that's it. You're gone. Next thing you know, you're ordering your second, maybe third round. You just can't control it. Even though I only eat the vegetarian dishes, I don't know what it is. But that is not a road I want to go down again. Not after...
Privately, Ganyu and I get on like a house on fire. But as you know, she's the secretary to the Liu Qixing, and I'm not exactly in their good books right now. Doesn't bother me, but I wouldn't want to put Ganyu in a difficult position. So just keep what I said between us, yeah?
One cannot afford to be overly reliant on others, even when it comes to Ganyu. There is a Liu saying which goes, even the most meticulous can fall prey to happenstance. When there are important affairs to deal with, it is always safer to investigate and resolve them personally.
Ah, the secretary. I could never work non-stop like she does. Certainly not at that level of efficiency. I guess being half Adeptus must have its perks. Imagine not needing sleep to regain your energy levels.
Who knows what Rex Lapis must have done to inspire such blind devotion from Ganyu.
I have absolute faith in Rex Lapis. It was only through his leadership that we were able to repel the monsters and subdue the sea creatures, and thus protect the peace of Liyue. The sight of him protecting the masses, and the memory of our centuries of camaraderie. I shall never forget it.
But her reluctance to be critical is not without its advantages. In the workplace, she'll carry out my instructions to the letter, even when I can tell she has her reservations. It's a good attitude to have as a career professional. I find myself getting a second opinion from her a lot these days. Lots of things come up that I just have no idea about. And of everyone in Liyue, she's probably the most familiar with Rex Lapis. I feel a bit awkward though, because I used to be openly disparaging of Rex Lapis in front of her. But she doesn't seem to mind, so I guess I've got nothing to worry about.
Ganyu always has a lot of work to do. I heard that one time, she was so tired she accidentally fell asleep on the grass. I do worry about her, you know. Maybe we could go do a surprise inspection. You know, check in and make sure she's taking care of herself. Wait a minute. I'll go get some of her favorite plants for her to eat.
One once asked Ganyu what she typically works on during her overtime hours. Her response was filled with hideous-sounding words, such as meeting minutes, summaries, annual reports, financial projections. Were she not of Qiling blood, and had one not taught to her the secrets of cultivating health, this avalanche of bureaucratic writ would have surely overwhelmed her. When you see her next, would you check that she's been drinking her Qingshin infusion of clear sight on a daily basis?
Those with the blood of the Adepti have strong constitutions. Even when she is ill or injured, she does not require any medicine to recover. She isn't like your average mortal, who would be left with long-term residual issues if they did not receive medical treatment after a serious injury.
Ganyu is neither mortal nor illuminated beast, wandering both the mortal and Adepti realms with duty as her sole guide. It was inevitable that she would become perplexed. What, me? You believe a Yaksha, who knows nothing more than how to massacre countless souls and emerge unscathed, is a suitable mentor for such an individual? Your mind occupies a very different world from that which your body inhabits.
Now that you mention it, it's been a while since I last saw Ganyu. Before the Sakoku decree came into effect,
The two of us would often meet to discuss bilateral relations between our two nations. I always found her quite reliable. The next time you go to Liyue, take her some more fresh sea Ganoderma for me.
I've heard many stories about her from my master. She's really quite different from how I originally imagined her. But don't worry, I'll be keeping this to myself. Speaking of Ganyu, her work in Liyue Harbor is unbelievably busy. It seems that there is a price to pay for those who want to integrate into the mortal world.
Liyue's prosperity has not merely been built on Rex Lapis's oracles or wisdom. It is also thanks to the countless servants of the Geo Archon who have honored their end of the contract. Of them, Ganyu is the one who has served for the longest time. If you want to know about her past, you should ask her about it. I fear my wording would not be delicate enough to receive her approval.
Let's see. I want to understand Ganyu better. What sort of request is that? I've never done this before. Okay. I can, run you through my annual review from last year? That should bring you up to speed on me. No good? Oh, okay then. So yeah, I was wondering what your opinion is on my work so far. Would you say I'm more of a common chest or more of a luxurious chest? It's fine. I can take it. I've had a long, hard think, and I've realized that so long as it's for a work-related matter, there's really nothing for me to be embarrassed about. So if you really need to understand me more, this, hairpiece, it's actually my horns. That's right. I'm part illuminated beast. Qilin, to be exact. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, please sign this non-disclosure agreement for me. And don't tell us all. Copy that. Here is a draft service agreement for your review and consideration. Effective immediately if all is in order. Ah, wait a sec. I forgot to sign it. Ganyu. There! Right. Now, what was it you needed me to do for you exactly?